Can Turbo still hit $1 in this crypto bull cycle? That is the million-dollar question we're going to be answering today. A lot has happened in the market lately, and we did recently get some confirmation of Turbo going up. So this is very exciting news for people that are in Turbo, especially if you bought the dip. And I'm just going to be basically dissecting today whether I think Turbo to $1 is still on in this bull cycle, or give you guys an updated price prediction on where I realistically think Turbo can hit in this bull cycle. So stay tuned. All right, first of all, we're just going to go through the basic price action of Turbo. So essentially, we did have this all-time high of about 1.3 cents, which a lot of people were getting excited about. We thought we were going to the moon. And I believe that was a market cap of around 800 million to a billion. Yep. 931 million market cap. So we did reach a massive amount of interest in that point in time, right? So the market was pumping. There's a lot of AI hype. Obviously, Turbo is heavily associated with AI, as it was the first, or at least the main crypto created by AI, right? There's that guy on YouTube who explained him making Turbo and all that. So we do have that factor going for Turbo. We did have this low recently of about 100 million market cap. A lot of people thought Turbo was over, and I was telling you guys, the community behind Turbo is absolutely enormous. We know this coin's been fair launched. We know it's here to stay because there's people always willing to support it. You know, the community is just absolutely huge behind Turbo. So we did get a little bit of market confirmation. Bitcoin's been pumping a lot recently, but the interesting thing about Turbo is it's been pumping since about a month ago. Not just recently since Bitcoin went up a lot. There's been a huge reversal for Turbo. So I'm just keen to talk about what this means for Turbo holders and what you can expect in the near future. So let's get right into it. So I just want to go through a little bit of TA with Turbo with you guys. There's some key levels I want to talk about. There's some bullish case scenarios I want to talk about, and potentially some bearish case scenarios that we want to talk about, even though that's what no one wants to hear, right? We have to talk about some reality around here. So I do have this trend line drawn here, and why this trend line is drawn here is because that has been a main resistance point for Turbo this whole time, or at least resistance and support. It's acted like resistance and support the whole time. You guys can see this here. So we did have a little bit of resistance there. We did have a little bit of resistance at this point here as well, where we found it hard to break a level. Found a little bit of resistance here. Found support here again. So when we broke down from that level, we found support. So this has been a key level for Turbo. And I did let you guys know as well, if we lost that level here, we would be crumbling down further. And what do you know? We did. So now we've got that reversal, and we have found that same level, a little bit of turbulence, right? So these levels actually do matter. You get a lot of people that saying, oh, TA doesn't matter and all that kind of stuff. What is the chances, guys? There's this main resistance point, and we find resistance there again. So, you know, some things from the past are very important to bring up for the future, because we can actually forecast how this is likely to play out. So after we did break this level last time around this point here, we did see that parabolic rise. So there's pretty much free open air from here, guys. That's the one thing I want to talk about Turbo, and why I'm starting to make this video now. I think we might have this huge parabolic run coming for Turbo. Like, we're in the midst of it right now, guys, right? So we're climbing up. Ethereum's absolutely breaking out at the moment, and if we do see Ethereum continuing to climb and giving that market that whole confirmation we need and the confidence we need in the market to push higher, I think Turbo's just going to absolutely go parabolic. We won't even need to see these levels as well. These won't really act as support and resistance levels because they are so short-lived. We did explode up during this period in October, so I think we'll see something similar, because I think we're experiencing a euphoric state in the market at the moment. So I think a lot of people are going to just be piling into Turbo, remembering Turbo, how much community support's behind it, the fair launch, all these things actually matter. So these top crypto coins that you can get into at these prices now, the risk to reward on them is absolutely phenomenal, because we know Bitcoin is booming. Everyone thinks we're going to be pumping for at least the next couple or few months. So you can seemingly play these markets with little risk at the moment. That's the way you view it anyway for crypto at the moment. So we won't talk too much more about the graph. I think the short-term prospects for Turbo are absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, the next resistance point for me, I know a lot of people are going to bring up these levels here. I don't think we actually have that to take into account if the market keeps going, right? So if Bitcoin keeps breaking all-time highs, Ethereum's following, I don't think we see any of those levels there, at least for a considerable amount of time, right? Of course, we're going to pass by it. It might be a little chop and change for like the 5-10 minute graphs or whatever, but I'm talking on the longer time frame, the daily time frame. We're just going to see a quick explosion up, in my opinion, if the market continues to go up. Now, if we do see the market actually get this kind of, say, Bitcoin starts falling and the market starts losing confidence again, maybe some tariff garbage news again, I think we might just break down from these levels, but also get that resistance point here again, that support that we've been talking about the whole time. We might bounce off it and go sideways. I don't think Turbo is going to be sold off aggressively from this point on. I think there's a lot of conviction in people at this level here, and I think we've been through the worst of times, in my opinion. So this is why I say the risk to reward on Turbo at the moment is phenomenal, because I don't believe there's much downside to it unless we absolutely see the market completely tank, right? So barring one of those black swan events, we should have a good risk to reward setup here. And, you know, you can talk about the key fib levels if you want, where to take profits and where we might see potentially a little bit of resistance. But like I said, when it's a euphoric state of the market, those levels tend to get blown out in my personal experience. So I won't really talk about those levels too much. Why is Turbo a topic of discussion for a lot of people on YouTube? Why is the community so strong, and why do people continue to buy this coin? Guys, it's so hard to find projects that are completely seemingly genuine and fair launched. That's the one thing you want to look for when you're getting into these meme coins. You want ones that have a strong community backing, they're active on X, it's a fair launch, the token isn't bundled, and there's a narrative or story behind it. So the narrative or story behind Turbo is the fact that someone made it with a balance or budget of just $69 here. And this was the video we were talking about in the past. So just a regular guy like me and you, right? And he just wanted to create the next biggest meme coin with AI. And that whole narrative just kind of took off, and this whole genuine community here for Turbo and building the toad up just wanted to do it as a community kind of based thing within the market, right? So it's a first mover in its space in a way. It was the first of its kind. So now here you go, is a now fully decentralized community driven crypto adventure. And that's what people love. They love that whole decentralized community factor about it. Like I said, when you've got all these cabal meme coins that are driven by a central authority and people already have the supply and they're ready to dump it on retail, that's not what anyone's interested in. So we know Turbo has the most decentralization out of pretty much every meme coin, to be honest. So more pluses about Turbo. Look at the exchanges it's listed on. I mean, that speaks for itself. Is there an exchange that you care about that you can't even see here? Probably not. Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, Kraken, Bithumb, OKX, Uphold, Crypto.com, OKX, BitGet, like you get the point, right? Just absolutely pretty much every exchange has listed Turbo. It's here to stay. It's going to have that accessibility for the general public to buy. I think it's a phenomenal buy at this point in time. Now, let's talk about the realistic case scenario for what price this can reach. So as of right now, Turbo's not even a cent, right? Like it's 0.6 of a cent if you want to, you know, round it to the nearest tenth. I truly do believe, guys, this does have the potential to reach bare minimum 10 cents, right? So we're talking about $1 in price target last time. It was overly bullish. Everyone knows that, but there is a world where that happens still, guys. I don't want to, like, you know, put too much euphoria in everyone's head and act like it's going there. But realistically, there is a world in which Turbo can reach $1. It's not likely, but I worked out the math, and it is about a 167x from our point in time now, which would be a $68.8 billion market cap. Now, to put that into perspective, Dogecoin last cycle hit a market cap high of approximately 90 billion. So For Turbo to reach $1, it wouldn't need to get even as big as Dogecoin from last cycle. Is this realistic though? Dogecoin had the shilling of pretty much everyone on TikTok, crypto Twitter, Elon Musk. We know all the hype with it. It's pretty much one of the first of its kind, the first meme coin. Dogs are a lot more relatable and cuter to people than toads. So all of those factors come into account. So from this, off the top of my head, I go, it probably won't have that drive to bring it to Doge's old market cap. However, can all these positives that I've just talked about, like the exchange listings, the decentralization of it, you know, the first AI meme coin, if this AI narrative keeps going, people are going to start hearing about Turbo. Oh, what are meme coins? And oh, this one's an AI meme coin. You know, that's how people talk. Guys, I think it can reach 20 to 50 cents. I'm being absolutely honest when I say that. I really do think it has the potential to reach 20 to 50 cents, which would be a market cap of, like I said, about 30 billion or so for the 50 cents and about 10 bill market cap for 20 cents, that kind of region, right? So I didn't work out the math beforehand. It's approximately that kind of region. Why can Turbo not do a 20 to 50x from here? I mean, the market, we just got the confirmation, right? If we have a couple or a few months of complete euphoria, everyone jumping in like they did in 2017 and 2021, I don't see why the biggest AI meme coin that's fully decentralized, has a story behind it, a community backing it already, low amounts of sellers at the moment, can't reach that market cap. I mean, you've seen some of the market caps of coins at the moment. You've got Dogecoin still sitting at 31 billion. Why can't Turbo get as big as Dogecoin is right now? It doesn't have much hype, right? So there's a world where it happens. And this isn't a world where I'm saying that's going to happen or it's likely, guys. I'm just telling you the bullish case scenario. I believe it's absolutely possible. And like I said, in my opinion, I think Turbo can easily pass 15 billion market cap in this crypto cycle for all the reasons I've mentioned. Like I said, the accessibility is a massive, massive factor to take into account. A lot of people talk about meme coins. This one can get this big. Well, it's not on Binance. It's not on Coinbase. Where's all the volume going to come from? Turbo solved this issue. I'm not sure how it got on so many exchanges. I guess they just saw how popular and genuine the meme is, right? So Turbo, in my opinion, $1 is still on in this bull cycle, but it's going to need a lot to come together for that to happen, if I'm just being honest. But like I said, a realistic price target, in my opinion, I'll call about 20 cents or so, right? So 20 to 50 cents would be my bullish case scenario. And if something crazy stupid happens, $1 is on the cards, because you never say never, right? Whoever thought Dogecoin would reach 90 billion in market cap? Like, that's just absolutely absurd, right? So like I said, short term, I believe if the market continues to trend upwards, we're going to see this kind of explosion here in Turbo. And then, you know, as the market generally does, it kind of dies off a bit. We'll go through a lull period, people take profits, and then just explode. And I think this trend is just going to go for months, right? During euphoria, everyone's excited about how much money they're going to make in crypto. Everyone and their mates are talking about it. It's going to explode. Everyone's going to inevitably get wrecked in the end, unless you're one of the smart people that are taking profits on their coins. And if you want to learn more about when we're taking profit on our coins, just join my free Telegram in the links down below. It's free to join. We have a group of like-minded individuals helping each other make money. So it's a great community to be a part of for free. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.